Hello and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. Here we are with Walter, who we just saw get hit by a train. Now, I did a little bit of research, and apparently this game is around about 2 hours, 2.5 hours long. We've already done maybe an hour, so I'm hoping we can get this finished
my mom
today.
was trying to protect me.
See if I can remember the buttons. So she says that her mum never told her that Walter was here, because he was still alive while she was a kid. He died when she was 6 years old.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Is this just like a rubbish pit? We never looked at this when we did Walter's story. I just went straight over to the wall, but okay.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two.
Don't make the same mistake.
It was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
So I'm making sure we're not on the train tracks again.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh, he gets a little memorial out here. With a little train on it. Was he into trains, or is that just because of how he died? Also, since then, this has gone? That was like, wait, if she was 6 years old, she's 17 now. She was born in 1999, so this is 2016. So, take 11 off of that, 2005. Wait, hang on. Hang on. It says 2005 on there, I'm an idiot. I didn't need to work that out. What a moron. So, from 2005 to 2016, this was a functioning railroad, and now it's just gone. I mean, it's possible,
I
sure.
don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
About your family? Oh, is she reading from Edie's journal? What? I was
And
stuck
the
in a rock.
history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Is there anything in here? Or just pitch blackness? I don't think there's much exploring to be done in this game. I think you just kind of have to follow the path. I do like the fact the motion sensor lights carry on over here. It's realistic, at least. Can we go down on the pier? Look, I know I'm taking a while to move on to the next section of this game. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. There's a light flashing out there, like a red light. Is that where a lighthouse used to be? Also, there's houses and stuff over there. This is an inhabited island still, then. Or series of islands. An archipelago, if you will. That's right. I know words. I have the best words. That's not a reference to anyone. Shut up.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Just not the way.
I
Ah.
think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh, we're not going to the cemetery, are we? Oh my god.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
So these are pets.
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Wow, the pets got headstones? Wow, these guys rich. Headstones aren't cheap.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
So do they each get like a thing for them? So Molly has the cat with wings because she turned into a cat and an owl. Where's the shark bit of that? I don't know. Calvin gets a spaceman, makes sense. Well, the rocket anyway. Sven built stuff, so he gets a saw. Edie, the writer? I would have assumed she'd have got more of a portrait sort of thing. Walter, I have no idea what the hell that is, Walter. You should feel bad about that, buddy. And Barbara gets the star. Okay. There's nothing else to be found here, is there? There's no discrepancies in the dates, I don't think. Now they all look right, as far as I can tell, so let's carry on.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
So he's sunk with the house. He's the oldest
You
guy.
can see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh. Is that the old house? The flashing red light?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
I don't know if I'm missing something there. But we can't look back through, so I can't have done.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Is that the first person in here without Finch as a last name? I think it is, right? I'm not going to go back and check, actually, but Sanjay Kumar. I don't know if we've heard of him yet in this. Interesting.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Oh, and this is the tree that we were in as Molly. Chasing the bird.
But looking back on it now,
That sounds like a euphemism for drugs, by the way, chasing the bird, right?
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, damn. New twist. Also, I'm not great with heights, so I wouldn't do this either. Heights and dentists are my 2 things. Everything else, I'm okay. So you can't walk over the window. Probably makes sense, actually.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
back into the house.
They were both pretty intense.
That's Sam's folder down there. We'll just have a quick look around first. Like a cat attacking? Some K stuff? I don't know what that's about. Is this door sealed up
Instead
and
of
lucky
hiding
hole?
from death,
Yep.
Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Nice. It's probably not a bad idea. If you, like, got a curse on you, just be like, yeah, screw it. Oh, wow, he looks cool as well. US Marine Sam. So, technically, we've already been in Sam's room, right? Because he was the kid who shared the room with Calvin. But we did Calvin's story, not Sam's story. Calvin was the swing, right? It went over the tree.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything? It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Edith Finch trail map.
Please just take the damn picture.
I don't know what
Hey.
picture you want me to take.
Language.
Is it this one?
Did you want to get a picture of me or what?
Where are you? Oh, you're over here.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Well, these are going to be blurry and crap. I can't get it in focus no matter what.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Oh, hello.
Aw.
Okay, now I'm just wildlife photographing? Yeah. Lost all words there for a second. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to be shooting in this one. I mean, the island would seem the obvious thing. But in order for it to be in focus, it has to be like there. But that still seems like a decent shot. Am I just supposed to take a few of random crap? I feel like there's an objective here that I'm not seeing. Nice tree line. Kind of reminded me of Firewatch, that shot. I mean, if you put a bit more reds and oranges in it. What happens if I just take one really out of focus? I just get a really out of focus image. Does that make sense? Okay, now I'm just taking everything in the hope that something will stick. Is it not the island? It looks like it should be the island. With a canoe, maybe? Maybe this bit of the island? Maybe the water? Look. I have to start skipping this soon if I don't find it. Put a cut in the video and come back when I finally find what it is I'm supposed to be picturing. What is it? Do I have to turn all the way to my left? This looks promising. No, that's a packet of crisps. Whatever, we'll get it. Alright, cut the video.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside.
Hey, I finally
Just
found out how to move on.
I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
So yeah, I did look around for quite a long time trying to find something. I'm not sure if he was always there or whether I just...
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
That island's gotta be something.
Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
There's very little else except a gun. Oh. Despite the fact hunting's banned, apparently, I think. It says public hunting. Open for public hunting. Okay. This is America. I forgot. Say that like nobody in the UK hunts. I don't. I'm still supposed to be spotting something. I don't know what it is. Is it a bird again?
Dad!
Oh, the
Hi,
book.
Don.
That's a really good shot.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Where is she? There she is. Oh, wow.
Dad.
She's going to shoot it.
Let me get behind you.
Oh, don't do it.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready. Great shot, Don!
Why you make her do that?
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Oh. I'm now controlling him.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, shit. Well, that deer got his own back.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
So who was the kid? Dawn, then. Dawn died in 2016, which is when this takes place, so she's literally just died. And she was 38? My maths is probably absolutely dreadful on that. Yep, it is. 48. 48? Oh my god, I suck. 48, yes. My god. You go a few years without using your brain, it doesn't come back. Well, that was...
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Well, that was a very disturbing story. About forcing a kid to kill an animal, but okay. I mean, I get it. I get the survival thing about it, but, I mean, was she really? Did she really have to do that? Whatever. Not here to talk about whether or not hunting's okay. This bear didn't think it was, though. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
What the hell is this? Oh, this must be Calvin's. Yeah, looking out at the stars. It's a really good spot for it. By the way, this is less a secret passage and more just like in between the rooms. These would have made really nice lights into a room. You shouldn't have put this wall here. Anyway. Oh, Gregory. 1 year old. 1 year old when he died. Now, are they lily pads or Pac-Man? Gotta be lily pads. He would probably... Pac-Man didn't exist when he died, I'm guessing. Gregory, Dawn, and Gus. Why is... Oh, Gus is written on a skateboard because he was cool.
Writing poetry, and yet...
So we've got 2 books in this room.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
This one's gonna make me sad. I can tell already. Although, very happy start.
Saw things the rest of us don't.
It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
I don't want to play this one. I really don't. Something so much sadder about a kid dying. Obviously. When it's the adults, even if they're like 20 in this game, it's like, that's sad, but when it's a 1-year-old? Wow, I took that ball out of contention. Where'd the ball come from? I feel like I'm missing something now.
Whatever it was, he saw.
Okay. Don't know what I'm doing here.
It sure made him happy.
Can we use this as like a thing to jump up off of? Don't look like it. Oh, we totally can. That was totally the intention.
I know how silly it sounds.
I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Oh man. I don't want to do this.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory.
Oh wow.
About everything.
I mean, it's super creative as a section.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. Me too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Yeah, that's the one that's got to me most so far. It's divorce contract as well, that. Like, when everyone else died, when it was old man Odin, when it's... I mean, Molly's a kid, but when it's a baby, just like, nah, man. That one got to me. Right, let's move on. Oh, dear. Let's move on to Gus, who was 13. 13 is in this family, a more reasonable age, apparently. Goddamn. I'm 25, by the way. I am old man in this family.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, so I'm controlling the kite here, collecting words.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
A little bit of stutter there.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
So this is after Gregory died. The husband remarried after Kay, is what I'm getting here. Not sure if that's accurate. Maybe higher in the air. Not seeing any more words. This kite has an amazing ability of staying in the air even when I crash it. There's Odin's memorial. Aha!
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Wow. 13-year-olds. That adds up.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Now we've got chairs with us? Aha. I think we're gonna get carried off by this, aren't we?
Then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, make the music louder.
This family's definitely cursed. I wish that.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
So this kid died on his dad's wedding day as well. Holy crap.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh, so Dawn, who shot the deer, is Edith's mum then? Young Edith, not old Edith, obviously. So, I think we're done with this room, are we? Yeah, this is all sealed off. Let's have a look. Duties, routine. Raise flag, breakfast, quiet time. Wow. Strict.
My
Okay.
mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
I didn't see this being the way forward.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
So there can't be a death book for her or anything because she hadn't died when they left the house. Dawn and Sanjay. Well, that's where Sanjay comes into things then.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Is that her only section? No.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Can't go down, so we better go
When
up.
Dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Are we in the stupid tower now? We are, aren't we?
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Oh, so this is Milton's room then.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
So are we sure that Milton's dead? By the way, this is a really cool, bedroom for, what did they say, 10th birthday? Up here with all this is awesome. Well, that's our way in. I'm just going to check around the back, make sure there's nothing. I don't think there's any, exploration in this game, like I said earlier, so I think we're good. In we go! It's a pretty small room, but it's cool.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
So Milton's only got 1992 by his name, so it's only the year of birth, right? So we don't know if he's dead. I mean, he must be, because he'd be 24 or something in this game, and Finches don't live that long, so he must be dead, but, you know.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Whoops. There we go. That's really awesome. I wonder if I slow the video down and look at each individual page, whether it is like page by page or whether it's a trick. So Milton disappeared when you were 4, 2003 when he was 11 then. And you don't even have a real picture of Milton either. Like, every other one of them gets, like, what they looked like to some extent. He's just got a weird little cartoon face, which I don't think he has on here. No, that's what he actually looked like. So we do know. Okay, Milton's section was kind of short there. I suppose because we don't know if he's actually dead. How do we get back down? There we go.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
See ya, Milton.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Whatever he found in the house. I don't think he's dead. I'm gonna go with the fact he's not dead. He didn't have, like, a date of death. They never found him. He could be anywhere.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Got a trophy for it, though. Which is... look in all peepholes and telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary. So this is the last room, then. Legalized marijuana. It's a pretty cool room again. Neon sign. How old was this kid? 22? My maths is terrible right now. 22. Let's go round this way if we can. Yeah, because this is the way in. Oh, it's a boat? His room is a boat built into a tower? Wow. Okay. Alright, I'm in.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Ugh. So we've got locker contents and we've got his book. Oh. Wait. It's not a book. It's what I would say... What does that look like most? Like a Dreamcast, maybe? I mean, it's obviously not, because it's the Wonderland Turbo. I'll say my first console ever that I owned was PlayStation 1. So... yeah, I never had anything like this.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Hey, like me. High school diploma. You don't get anything like that in the UK, by the way. UK, you get like GCSEs in specific subjects and stuff. GCSEs and then A-levels. In America, I think you just get like a you completed high school thing. In general. And then I think you specialize at college, which for us would be university. Yeah. Weird. Let's have a look at his locker contents. Find out how he died.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
I think we should hurry this up if I can.
He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Mine began to...
wander.
Oh. This is interesting.
I asked him to describe it.
I'm going to try and do both. I'm going to try and keep canning the fish.
Started small. imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Okay.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, you do actually have to do the fish to even open that bit up.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Perspective change.
Daydreaming at the cannery, I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Oh, a little bit of stutter.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Is it just me, or is this screen that we're playing in getting bigger?
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
I'm not sure whether I actually need to kill these fish. Well, not kill them. Chop their heads off now.
Conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Started? You been listening to the story?
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep killing these fish or chopping their heads off or whatever.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a...
Oh, I mean, we're going with the Queen.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for...
Radiant rainbows. That seems like the happier of the two options.
rainbows.
This boat steers like crap, by the way.
He followed the sound of her...
Oops, I hit the rainbow. Electric sitar it is.
electric sitar.
Give me that music. I missed. I wonder if that's an achievement. Supposed to hit them all.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Wait, I've got the fish and I got nothing. Oh, it's still there.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Too many fish. I can't. Ugh. Hand-eye coordination's going. All right, I'm leaving these now.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Okay, now I'm not.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay, looks like we're back in the real world now then. Where are we then? LP Brown Cannery.
He began to forget the world we know.
Well, this is Lewis's locker. With what looks like a square PSP or a very early Switch. This place is pretty depressing.
To remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
So that's Lewis, and we're Lewis? Is he gonna kill himself? Hey. Are we going up into
I still thought I could
machinery?
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Oh no, it's the Golden Palace. These are the steps to the Golden Palace. I want to go back. Oh, God damn it.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
I just say these sections are so goddamn creative. They're fantastic.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
That's a guillotine. That's a guillotine right there.
There was only one thing left to do.
Run? Is that the one thing left to do? Or walk around the guillotine?
Bend down his head.
No, 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 I disagree. We're going this way. Hey, thanks, I'll take that. Why can we not do this? Oh my god. I was looking for like a Far Cry alternate ending where it's like, yeah, he was fine. He took the crown. Not gonna happen though, is it?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So, the only person we've got left whose name is in blue is Edie herself. So, let's go find that, I suppose. This game is so good, by the way. It's really sad in places, like genuinely sad. But some of the sections are so creative and interesting.
My mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
So this is young Edith's room, I'm guessing. Us, as it were.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
I'm not sure I want to know. But we will.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Should we go to the basement with the key again, or...?
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Hang on, didn't they say at like the start of the game that all Finches were buried in here? I'm like, that must be metaphorical now, because there is actually a cemetery, so...
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Wow.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
The History of the Finches by Edie Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
We're going back to the old house?
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Now, I'm no expert, but earthquake followed by incredibly low tide usually means tsunami, so...
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Oh, God damn it.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
So this is the old house,
Maybe
then.
I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, But I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Okay, I think I can talk over the credits now. That was a really interesting game. I had it wrong all along as well. Let's check the trophy. Finish all stories. Common, but, you know, whatever. So I had it wrong all along. I really thought we were playing as young Edith, but young Edith was dead. We're young Edith's kid. Wow. Wow. That's not where I meant to go there. How do I get back? There we go. We never get to see the end of Edie's story about the old house either. And we never get to find out what actually happened to Milton. Unless maybe there's multiple endings. It didn't seem like it. There weren't choices, really, so I don't think you could have... Well, I don't think I could have done anything differently, so that must be the way the game ends, and you just don't find out. Well, thanks, Johan. Check all these out. See Johan's name in the ending credits. Right, here's the interesting thing then. So, finish all stories is 52.7%. See Johan's name in the end credits is 54.6%. Which in theory then means there are multiple things you can do because people have finished the game without finishing all stories. I don't know. Also, I missed a lot of achievements. Oh, we've got a Nathan. Good name. Solid name. Yeah, I don't know how long these credits go on for. I was just going to let them play them out and then finish my, finish the video. Because this has been a really good game. I would not usually watch the credits, but they deserve it. You know, I think it's a good enough game that deserves some recognition for it. The end. The replay a story option is now available. Oh, select Edith, play from the beginning. So you can play any individual story go back and experience them. I will tell you one thing, I will not be playing Gregory's story again, because that was harrowing as hell. But yeah, that was, for the PlayStation Plus free game for the month, that was damn good. Really enjoyed it. The frame rate, a little bit not great on a base PS4, but apart from that, everything was really solid. Some of the stories were so creative. Like, a couple of them were like, yeah, whatever. Like, the Walter one, where it's just like, oh, yeah, it turns out to be a train. I'm like, okay, whatever. But Barbara's story in particular, where you got to play in the comic, was just top-notch. I don't think we ever got Odin's story as such. I think you just started with him. We didn't get Edie's story, really, either. Or Edith's. I'm surprised it hasn't filled that in with 2017 now, because we know she's dead. But anyway, let's call it there. We finished a game. Wow. Very rare I finish a game on this channel. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe for more. I've been Nathan, which is why I like the Nathan in the credits, by the way, in case you were wondering. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!